if I'm understanding correctly, then you're doing a service to both landlord and the,
Students.
the students. As a result, the revenue should be taken from both landlord and students,
Yeah,
if I understand correctly.
yeah.
So what's the pricing strategy? Like, what's the split? Is it like more landlord, more student? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Sorry, so you don't, yeah, no, so see, that's a good question. And that's something that we're sort of like testing right now, in terms of pricing strategies, because one, it varies, of course, like the season also varies in the sense that like, we've seen that over the summer is when most students are looking for a place to stay, right? Because many students, the way the cycle works is students look for a place to stay, um, something that matches their semesters. So like either from like September to December, or December to April, or September to April, or September to August, right? So like essentially matches how long they have with school. And so making sure that like the seasonality is also taken in consideration into the pricing. Another thing that we also look at is essentially sort of like the demand in general, right? Because if you have a higher demand, and with a higher demand, and which something that pretty something that's very known today is like the whole housing shortage, right? So then if there's a higher demand, that pushes the price of the property, and so we're trying to find a way to like essentially accommodate for that, for students, to make it cheaper for them to find a place to stay off campus. But essentially when it comes to like the pricing itself, it's sort of like it's balanced between the landlord and the students. And so right now we're sort of like testing to see what's the accurate price that we should charge. And so to give like an actual answer, like right now it's split equally, like split between the landlord and the students. Now there have been instances whereby like it's more on the students than the landlord, and more on the landlord than more than the students, to make sure that like it balances out. But when it comes to the price itself, the reason behind it is that both benefit from the service that we provide, and making sure that both are charged in a fair manner is what's really important for us. Now, like I said earlier, we're still testing the price to see what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and there are many services that we're offering right now that are also like sort of like match the price that we are charging.